Wonder Woman 57, James Tynion the fourth, and I'm covering my list here, but it's Emanuela Lupacchino, yeah,
It is, yeah.
Yep.
from memory. So yeah, so this is part 4 of The Witching Hour. This is me and Matt were like, we enjoyed the last couple issues, but we were kind of like, yeah, they've just put middle chapters of a crossover. They weren't exactly standout.
I felt pretty similar when
Yeah.
I caught up. I've read all 3 over the last like two days.
And I'm sure it read better. Boom, boom, boom.
It
Even though it's
probably
weekly,
did, yeah.
but back to back to back probably helped out a little bit.
I did intentionally not read them all together. I kind of put other books in between them, so to at least get a sense of a break. But I agree, they were all right. They were still pretty good. They were well written. Some good art. Probably my least favorite part of the Justice League Dark book, though, as a whole.
Yeah, we said that last week. Because last week's was actually Justice League Dark issue 4.
Yeah.
That was my least favorite Dark issue out of the 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, they were all right. I'm enjoying the story overall.
I like where this one went because it finally felt like we're moving again.
Yeah.
With the struggle between Zatanna and Diana.
Yeah, it was kind of what we said last week, that it felt like there was at least one issue too many, and it felt like the last couple were kind of spinning wheels a little bit, drawing things out. So we see that Diana's in the wherever the people who are taken over by Hecate go, the realm, this fake moon.
The moon world.
Moon world. And so we see that she's in there, and she wants to try and get out, and she thinks she gets out for a second at one point because Zatanna's going for it out in the real world and try to reverse it. But then the twist at the end, or the reveal at the end, is that she's still in the moon world, and she's like, and Witchfire's like, "Hey, I think you died."
It's a good ending.
Yeah, because Diana's fully colored, like she looks normal. And by the end, she's all like shadowy.
Yeah.
Like she's lost that color. So I like that visual representation of it.
Yeah.
So
the other main parts of the book was Zatanna and Constantine kind of debating how to handle the situation. Constantine's been a miserable sod, as per usual. I mean, he does have cancer, but I mean,
but see, I like that they reminded us that he is an exorcist. I thought that was a fun, not a fun, but like that's his primary job.
Yeah.
And so he should be able to do that.
I feel the same with the cancer thing. Obviously, that was a huge part of Hellblazer for a long time, and it feels like, okay, let's kind of bring that back.
How long has it been since that's been a part of the character? Because I
feel like that's Vertigo.
Yeah, I don't feel like I've heard about this in a while.
It was for a lot of the Hellblazer, the Vertigo Hellblazer book.
Yeah, well, because he aged in real time in that book, right? Yeah.
But the cancer, it went on for quite a while, if I recall, and then it was never in the DCU version when we got him over here in the New 52 or anything we've had in Rebirth. So this is the reintroduction of that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the rest of the team got all the monks that what's her face is hiding in, Ramakrishna.
Yeah, Ramakrishna.
And unfortunately, Minuto Dawn comes through. But Tracy 13 and some of the surviving members of the Midnight Society are waiting for her to fight back. So
yeah. Well, the Society of the Sleight of Hand, they were the ones that were in the Oblivion Bar.
My favorite stuff though was outside of the stuff on the Moon World, which I quite enjoyed. Was probably the Swamp Thing and Black Orchid.
Yeah,
that was cool. Yeah.
I'm kind of worried about Swamp Thing, about Alec having to take over as the Parliament now. Like, because we kept getting those rumblings.
Yeah.
Which I like the heavy metal version of him. It
almost feels like they're setting us up to get a new Avatar of the Green.
Almost. Well, and I also like how Hecate, or I forget who it was, but someone was describing why Hecate's attacking the red and the green, because she wants to replace them. Like their mystic elements, with so that more primal magic.
It would kind of she'll have like a control over the 3 elements.
Yeah, over everything basically.
Yeah,
which goes into her whole triplet kind of identity, which I like too.
Yeah,
which was another thing. Yeah, as a lot of podcasts I've been listening to have been doing like Halloween themed, kind of pagan ritual kind of stories, and I found out that the whole concept of Hecate and magic came from Egypt because they called their magic Heka, Heka, and when Alexander the Great had went over there, it kind of spread back over to Greece, and that's where we get the name Hecate. So I thought that was pretty interesting. How weird that's fitting in with what's going on in the comics.
I do like that. That Greek link is such an important part for those mythologies. It's obviously now we say, Greek is the bedrock of Western stories, but obviously you had that huge Egyptian influence on there, which then they spread to the Romans, and it kind of spiraled from that point. But
and just how it fits in with Diana.
Yeah,
and she's Greek and the Pantheon and whatnot. So I thought that was pretty interesting. That just popped up this week, right after I had read this issue.
Yeah, I'm sure you gushed over Lupacino a couple of issues ago when I wasn't here, but she draws the best Zatanna.
Yeah,
we most probably did. I think
she draws the best. Everybody.
The Moon World stuff, I think, is her best work in this issue specifically, though.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Big shout out to the colors though, for really setting that tone. Not sure who that is. See if I can find it. I can't find the credits page. Fajero Jr.
There you go.
Was that English, or did you just cast a spell?
I don't know. Yeah, that sounded like a Harry Potter spell to me. I don't know.
It did.
one of your weird namby-pamby Expelliarmus bollocks. Yeah. As far as this issue as a whole, it's probably the best chapter since the first one, I think, because it feels like things are sort of moving ahead again. But I mean, I think what I said last week about how a lot of these crossovers that take place in a month where it's just spread across the books, they always feel a lot smaller in scope than I usually think they are going in. And this is kind of no exception to that, where it feels a bit...
Yeah, it's kind of just an arc of the story, just
kind of.
We kind of thought that, though, when we heard Tynion was going to be writing issues on Wonder Woman.
Yeah. What I wasn't expecting, though, because I assumed because it was just essentially the next arc of Justice League Dark, I assumed it wouldn't feel as spread out as a lot of these crossovers do, in terms of the plot being stretched over X number of issues. So I'm surprised by that a little bit.
Do you know what I think it is? And this is going to sound weird. I think it's a weird, unfortunate coincidence of October having 5 Wednesdays.
Yeah?
Because they went, we wanted to hit all of October. Whereas if this had just been 4 weeks, this would have been condensed down.
Yeah, I suppose what you do there is you take away one of the specials, because you can't really take away one Wonder Woman issue, and because it'd be in the middle. Like, this Wonder Woman is not part of the crossover, even though the next chapter's not to come.
You take away one of the specials, the first or the last one.
Yeah.
But the problem is they were like, no, let's make it it's probably an editorial thing.
Yeah.
Let's get 2 one-shots, double the sales on those, and we can have the whole month of October is the thing.
And then debatably as well, those 2 specials are longer, so arguably they'd have more of an impact taking one of those away, which might be for the better, maybe for the worse, but...
Yeah, you don't have to fill it.
It's a factor.
You can just, sometimes restrictions make things easier, It seems counterintuitive, but you're like, well, I have to do more with less.
Yeah, sometimes making things tighter makes sense.
Yeah, and I wouldn't necessarily easier, but better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's arguably actually more difficult and challenging, but that challenge is what leads to a better product at the end, sometimes. So, but I don't want to sound down on it, because I'm enjoying it. It's just, instead of like being like the thing I'm most excited about every week, I didn't read this first. Normally the crossovers and the events, I'm like, first, because I want to know what's happening in the world. This just feels like an arc where it's like, it's like the 4th or 5th thing I read. It's fine. It's good, it's enjoyable, but not setting my world on fire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to getting back to regular Justice League Dark next month.
Yes. It's also worth mentioning the next issue of Wonder Woman, which we will be reading, is the start of Wilson's run, G. Willow Wilson.
Yep. Absolutely.
So looking forward to that and seeing what she's going to do with the character. Looking forward to a different take and a different tone. But we'll rate this issue then. This is Wonder Woman 57. I forgot which book this actually was there for a second, because it could have been
another one.
It could have been one of 3 books, right?
Yeah.
So Wonder Woman 57. What are you giving it, Matt?
It's a 7.5. The art's carrying most of that. I enjoyed it, but I want to. Not that it's still in holding pattern, but the way it ended, I'm really waiting for that next issue. So.
Yeah, Connor.
Yeah, I agree with the 7.5. Probably would have been closer to 6.5 or 7, but art lifts it up.
You know what? I'll be the negative one. I'll say 7.
No,
screw you.
We give it a 7.
Yeah, but I really like Lupacino.
I like Lupacino as well. No, it's good.